The Export Development Service is a free of charge resource provided personally by Gerald Bratley, who has 50 years of exporting experience. We provide training modules customised to each customer's requirements, designed to suit their products or services, aspirations and markets. Gerald has a long history of exporting. He started back in 1967 with the Yorkshire Copper Works in Leeds. Here is a short resume of his achievements. Exporting is still essentially the same as it was 50 years ago. We still need to transport goods by air, land and sea to the destination. Outside the EU we still have to cope with borders and customs controls. But where there has been a dramatic change is in communication. The internet has opened up the world of information. You can research who is in your marketplace, who are your big players, who are the competition, plus lots more, all from your desktop. Gerald has served in every capacity in export. At the Copper Works he priced orders and quotations. At Gowanbury he visited the markets, negotiated the sales and processed the documentation to cash the letters of credit. With Hepworths he visited over 50 new markets, sold to 23 and set licensed manufacturing up in 3 of them. Then on to Barnsley Chamber of Commerce, where he successfully set up and managed a business support consultancy. And at the DTI he worked with government and the embassy staff in delivering export advice and services. And then on to Career Connections, where he ran the overseas office of many business interests. He lived and worked in Malaysia for 2 years and Korea for 5 years, looking after British interests. What are the barriers to exporting? A lot of them are just perceptions. It's a long way away. It will be expensive to visit. We don't understand the jargon. What do FOB and CIF mean? Who are WTO? What was GATT? We have no idea of what's involved. What are the delivery costs? How do we get paid? We don't speak any foreign languages. All these are barriers to starting. The Export Development Service has a hand-holding service. We will take you through calculating your export prices, the documentation involved. We will help you assess your products and services suitability for the market. We will show you how simple it is to arrange delivery, freight and insurance. Choosing the very first market is always difficult. The location, the size and potential for the market are all important elements. Consider your products or services suitability for the market. Do you need any approvals? Does your product conform to local legislative requirements? There are several publications available which list important requirements to overseas markets. Kroner's International Trade, for instance. Check with one of them or the embassy if you are unsure. A simple example is that straw and chaff are banned on packing materials into Australia. Contact any email as many potential customers as you can to get a broad reaction to your products. Their responses and questions will be an important element in your decision making. Check out the competition is a must. Many people are put off because they have no idea how much it costs to transport goods overseas. Deep sea freight rates are relatively cheap compared with truck transport. It may be cheaper to ship abroad than to deliver to the extremities of the UK. Look up and talk to a good freight forwarder. There are lots on the internet. The freight forwarder will sort out everything for you, from export packing to door-to-door delivery service anywhere in the world. Accurate documentation is vital. Packing lists, invoices, certificates of origin, CMR notes, bills of lading, airway bills, drafts, etc. must be correct. The bill of lading is the legal title to the goods, so whoever holds that owns the cargo. Import and other duties are levied on the value of the goods shown on the invoice. Customs authorities are always on the lookout for underpricing to evade duties, so an error may be construed as deliberate. There is no point in exporting unless you receive payment. That's when the deal is done. Letters of credit give both the buyer and the seller protection, but they must be complied with to the letter. A special module will be available soon on setting up and dealing with letters of credit. Do your products require any approvals? This is an important section. If your goods do not meet the local standards, they may not be allowed through customs into the country. Make sure you meet all the requirements. The involvement of one or more good freight forwarder in your export activity is essential. You don't have to stick to the same one all the time. Look around, because the one that was cheapest the last time to the last destination may not have the best rates to the next. The customer usually decides who will cover the insurance. Marine insurance only starts when the goods are received on board the ship. Until then, ensure that your own or your carrier's insurance covers the goods. There are a myriad of questions one needs answering before exporting. The first is the jargon. Here is a chart which defines who is responsible for what. The terms EXW, FOB, CNF, CIF, etc. are all internationally recognised Incoterms which are universally recognised throughout the world. Some of the terms are rarely used in the United Kingdom, but eventually you may come across them. If you need any more help or assistance, please contact us. We would love to work with you. Thank you.